What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN OnyxCoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to just start the video off in the right direction, saying that I don't believe we're going to move lower. I do believe we found the low. That was a higher low. If you're bearish on XCN, I don't know how you could be bearish on it right now. If you're bearish, you're probably a little bit hesitant to be bearish. Down here, I can understand why your emotions might be running high. But we're at a higher low. It's a higher low overall. We moved up with phenomenal volume. Absolutely phenomenal, spectacular. We moved down really fierce, really harsh, and there's just no volume. We're dying off as we get lower. And in fact, as we get to the lowest point, that's when we're at some of the lowest levels of volume. When does the volume come back in, though? It's coming up as we're moving up. Make no mistake, you guys. XCN is at a very prime opportunity to buy right now. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. You make your own decisions. You're big boys and big girls, right? If we look at this from a high to a low, overall high to an overall low, you're still below your 236, the most ideal opportunities to buy at any situation, whether you're on a 4-hour basis, daily basis, whatever, it's below the 236. So at any point, if you're watching this video and we're at 1.8 cents, 1.75 cents, it's higher than it is now, and you're wondering, Czar is talking about it there, but is it a good time to buy? Hell, if it's below 1.827, you're buying at one of the most obvious times to buy in a Fibonacci retracement series, let alone the fact that you got above the 236 and interacted with the 069 as support. You're destined. Even if we are to go lower, and we'll talk about it if we are to go lower, what that would look like. Even if you are, statistically speaking, it's like a 90% guarantee that you would hit this 382, interact with it to some degree before you go lower. And oftentimes with the 382, you do go a little bit above it. So 2.2 cents and beyond is on the table. I would argue that as long as we're below 2.2 cents, it is an ideal opportunity to buy. And even more than that, if you're expecting, like I am, that the price will go to a minimum of 11 cents to maybe 25 cents, then I suppose as long as we're below 5 cents, you're still at an opportunistic moment to buy, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but even if you don't have money right now, but in 2 weeks you get paid on the 15th or whatever, 3 weeks at the end of the month you're getting paid, something like that, and the price is all the way up here, you can still put whatever money it is that you want to buy in there and potentially, probably, double it or more. Doubling is just a minimum, probably, and actually it would even be more than a doubling from there. Let's talk about, before we talk about the upside, I want to talk about the downside, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think this is the low. I don't believe we're going lower than this. I said that last night, okay? Wasn't it that low? Wasn't it that? I think it was that. Yeah, because we just wicked below it. I think that was it. I don't think we're going below that, right? If we do, and it's possible that we do, but if we are to go below this low, from a low to a high, on the fibs here, I would expect that we hold 1.2 to 1 cent. If we are to go below those levels, we could go all the way down to like something around 0.009, 0.0088, 0.083, somewhere in that area, something that's at the base of this consolidation phase, and that would be the worst case scenario. I mean, I guess the worst case scenario is we drop the floor and we go to zero, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't anticipate that we're moving down at all. The only reason that we're talking about it is because if it happens, this is probably what it would look like, right? We would be down around a cent to 1.2 cents is what I would expect. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't expect that to happen, but if it goes lower, that's the area we would be expecting, okay? Don't get confused. It's not me saying if it goes lower, I'm going to be like, haha, I was expecting it all along. Let's be very clear. I don't expect that to happen. I very much expect we're going to move up from here. Where we're going to move up, probably by the end of today, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we're back above 1.82 cents, if we're back above this 236. It wouldn't surprise me in the least with how much oomph OnyxCoin has in it if we were above 2.2 cents by the end of today. But by the end of this week, certainly so. We're going to be there. We're on our way now, you guys. It's unfortunate. It's absolutely unfortunate and crazy, absolutely wild that we broke out of this very long, it's not very, I shouldn't say very, very long, but substantial downtrend in our price. We broke above it. We broke back below it. But it looks like breaking back below it, where this would normally be a fake out and provide a very bearish kind of sentiment to take you at lower prices. We held a higher low, we held the 069, and now we're going to get back above it again. This was just a teaser. We're going to get the real thing now. The real thing, by the way, is whenever we start to play. It's whenever we start to look for selling opportunities, right? I believe, and I thought for a while that we would stop at 2.2 cents, and maybe we do. Maybe we do. There's reasons to stop there. It makes sense to stop around there. And if we do, I'm not going to sell there. We could stop there, pull back to prices that are at 1.7 cents. I'll be like, oh, it was so obvious. I should have done it. But I'm expecting something out of this That's going to take us up to about 2.6 cents, somewhere around there. 2.6 cents right here at prior areas of resistance, prior areas of support, prior areas of support. If we look at the relative high to low, is it at a relative fib? It's right above the 0.5. It's right at the 0.5, something like that. A lot of cryptos have been finding significance on their 0.5. I don't expect it to be anything significant in the sense of, you know, but something that might hold us up for a moment. Where we are going to find significance at 2.2 cents, in my expectation, would be that we find support on it and then continue our path up to the golden ratio, where then we might still stair step. And it depends. Moments like this is a little bit outside of the norms for me whenever it comes to fibs. Whenever you rip all the way up like this, we really could, from the 382, go to the 786 instead. So it's going to be interesting. And in fact, the reason why I'm mentioning this right now is that kind of makes sense to me, that we might see some rather eruptive moves up to the 786, pull back to the golden ratio, pull back to the 0.5, something like that, and then continue our way up. Once we get to the 786, 886 zone, we're not rejecting it, but we're living in there. That's when it's time to stop trading. That's when it's time to stop playing the short-term positions. That's when it's time to buckle up, because we are go for launch to prices that are going to be at a minimum of 11 cents to potentially 15.5 to 18 cents, and potentially even prices that are above 26 cents. Make no mistake, guys, we have new all-time highs on the brain. Okay, I don't know how many people are saying that on today, Scarif Tuesday, with the tariffs coming out for Mexico, Canada, and China, but I'm absolutely confident. I'm absolutely floored that we are about to see some price ripping to the upside just across the space. Right, it's literally coming. You just got to be patient. We're moving down with this negatively received news without any volume to back it up, or very low levels of volume to back it up. Today's the day, and we didn't go lower. It's already priced in. It's already priced in, you guys. Okay, we're gonna dump because of the tariffs. What do you mean? What do you mean? We already dumped. We already dumped because of the tariffs. This is not new news. We didn't just find out about this today. It became valid today. It became certifiable today. But this is something we were aware of back in the beginning of February, right? Back in February 3rd, whenever it got pushed back a month. Everybody's been aware of this, and the only people who are unprepared for something like this are the people who weren't paying attention and weren't remembering, right? It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. And maybe it's not. We'll see. I could eat those words. It would be very, very sad if that happened for me and for my pride, because this is the third video I've made this morning that's very confident in saying that this is not going to affect the prices any more negatively, but it could. And that's why we talk about the downside. Even when we expect the upside, even when we're very confident that we're not going to go lower, it's important to consider what the lower side would look like. That way, if it happens, you're not just caught off guard in your emotions. You're still at lower levels of lows. You're still in this downtrend, very tight downtrend. If you look at the trend overall on a daily aspect, who's in control? It's the bulls. Clearly, it's the bulls. The bears have had their fun for a little bit, but when the bears have fun, this is what they do. It takes over a month to move down a fraction of what the bulls did in a 2-week span. You know what I mean? The bulls are in control. We are firmly entrenched in a bull flag right now. If this is a bull flag, and I think it is, from a low to a high, and if you're looking at it and you don't like it because of this little stop right here, let me put it on a 3-day time frame, right? It's all relative, whatever. On a 1-hour basis, it wouldn't look like a bull flag probably, but this is a bull flag. Make no mistake. Type in bull flag on Google. Go to Google Images. Prove me wrong. It is a bull flag and a half, man. It's a perfect bull flag. Very, very tight. And if we put this at the measure move, the measure move is actually higher than anything I've addressed so far. I've talked about 25 to 26 cents. This is actually just above 27 cents. With measure moves, this is not a requirement. You do not have to go all the way up here. You can find resistance just below, and I think we will. You can find resistance just above. You can exceed it. And inevitably, I think we will, but probably not by the end of March, not by the end of April. I don't expect this next move to only take 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks to happen. I think it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to happen from here. But if it takes 4 weeks, that's cool. I'm fine with that, right? I would be fine with us being at these highs by the end of March. That's okay. Or I think that would be by the end of April by now. But I don't think I have anything else that I want to say, you guys. One last kind of aspect that suggests that we're going to go higher if we're playing off the fibs here from a high to a low. We tipped the golden ratio, the 2618. We tipped it precisely. If we were to do the same thing, and that was from this high to low retracement, if we were to do the same thing on this smaller retracement overall, right, from a high to low, that's smaller than what this was overall. The 2618 is all the way up at 40 cents. So I know I've entertained prices at 11 cents. I know I've entertained prices at 18 cents, at 26 cents. but 40 cents is even a complete realistic possibility that could happen over the coming months. We'll know if we get there, because if by the end of March, you guys, we're at 25 cents, I would anticipate that, yeah, we could in April move up to 40 cents, as crazy as that would be. But time will tell. We'll see how that goes. Just because even if we are here by the end of March, that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to go higher. That's just what I'm saying now. If we're at the end of March and we're at these prices, but we have like double bearish divergence on the daily time frame, 4-hour time frames, weekly time frames, clearly we wouldn't be bullish there. But it all depends on what the outlook is once we get there, or what the what the outlook would be when we get there. That's my outlook for now. I've got nothing else to say. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We are anything but bearish at these prices, my friends. Please, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but please don't sell the lows. You're supposed to buy the lows. And if at all throughout this whole video you're wondering, C-Zar, is it a good time to buy? What's that old saying? What's that old saying that goes? I can't remember. Warren Buffett said it. Somebody said it, right? Somebody before him even said it. It's something like, buy the low and sell the high. Don't do it the opposite way around. Not financial advice, but please don't sell the low, guys. Damn it. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.